Takeaway Chinese, where you can take some Chinese away and experience progress day by day. Takeaway Chinese, we will promise you a difference.
你好，欢迎收听随行汉语 Welcome to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin, joined by ta-da, Steve Hatherley. Hi, Steve.
你好, hello. Thanks for having me back.
Hello. Always a pleasure having you back. You have such fresh perspective when it comes to Chinese language, yet you're very skillful and sophisticated when it comes to sharing things that are related to China, but you can find equivalent in outside of the world. I'm learning things. It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. Yeah, and it's fun to look at the world from different angles. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, look at different things from different angles would actually provide you a different perspective and having some insights coming out. But that was, in my opinion, based on the fact that we all have a lot of things that we share. For example, seasons. So for most people in the world, you have relatively warmer days, you have relatively colder days. And here in Beijing specifically, we say 北京是一个四季分明的城市。四季分明。
四季分明.
Perfect. So 四 means four.
Four.
季节.
季节.
Season.
Okay.
Yes, 季节 season. And 分明 means they're very distinctive from each other. They're very different, and you can tell which is which very easily.
Canada has the same. We have 4 different seasons, as many countries do. But some of the seasons are longer than the other seasons.
Yeah, Beijing too.
Yeah, and winter, we always say in Canada, winter is the longest one. And we have spring for like 2 weeks, and then we have fall for maybe 2-3 weeks, and yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
But we also have relatively longer summer, which is okay. It's like the warmer days and the colder days are basically the same period. But the time that are warm or cool, the good ones are relatively shorter.
It's true, and it's sad, isn't it?
It's a little bit sad.
It is the time of year when we vacuum seal our summer shorts and t-shirts, and we bring out the long padding coats and the scarves and the mittens and the lotions to make your skin stay moist.
Right.
All of that stuff.
Very important. And also, I don't know you, but for us girls, we would match our outfit as well as our purses with the season as well. So in summer days, your purse is supposed to be relatively thin and relatively light. It's easy to carry around, and if you have a very furry bag, then it's a bit, weird. It does not match the season. Whereas in winter days, you would see a lot of very cute, very fluffy and very plushy kind of bag that are like kittens. Very cute, and it's just when you have that bag with you, you feel warm and happier.
I didn't know I'd be learning about fashion on Takeaway Chinese
Just
today.
A tiny little bit.
But here we are.
Here we are. 我们喜欢暖融融的东西. So the kind of warm and fluffy and cuddly and cozy stuff in winter days is definitely something that can bring us a little bit joy.
It does make sense.
Yes. So for our dear listeners, today we're going to talk about how to keep ourselves warm in a very cold winter day. In Chinese, we call it 冬季保暖攻略, how to stay warm this winter. If you're interested in Chinese culture and you want to get a grip on the Chinese language, then this is the show for you. Stick with us for 30 minutes and you soon see the rewards. And for more fun Chinese learning, follow our Facebook page, Learn Chinese, to watch many fun videos and live streams. But now, let's provide you with some free Chinese for takeaway. So the first bunch of Chinese I'd like to provide for you to take away freely is the title of this episode, because I find it quite, delightful, because it combines the keywords, which is 冬季.
冬季.
冬季 means winter days. We talked about 季节 being season.
Season, right.
So 冬 is actually winter.
Okay, so 季 comes at the end of each of the seasons.
Yes.
Okay, so 冬季 is winter.
冬季 is winter season, precisely. 冬 is winter. 冬季 winter season, the winter.
冬季.
Again, we talked about Chinese people prefer two-syllable words. So if you say 冬, people understand you perfectly if it's in the right context. But 冬季, no one would misunderstand you anymore.
Okay, got it.
So 冬季, winter days or winter season. 冬季.
冬季.
And 保暖.
保暖.
保 carries the meaning of 保持, keep.
To keep.
To keep on a certain state.
Okay.
Or to keep you warm, keep. So 保暖, 保持 would be keep. And 暖, 温暖, warm.
Oh, try that one again, please.
温暖.
温暖.
Yes, 暖. Both 温 and 暖 carries the meaning of warm.
Oh, 温暖.
温暖.
Okay.
So 保暖 means to keep warm. To stay warm.
保暖.
保暖. And 攻略.
攻略.
攻略 is funny because 攻 carries the meaning of attack. So 攻击
okay.
attack.
Yeah.
Give me some time to explain this one. 略 is like a summary. So 节略 or 略写, so keep it short and simple, keep it in a summarizing kind of form. So 攻略 is kind of like the kind of summary, the kind of tactic that help you know how to attack. So this evolves into something that when you're playing games, the certain tips helping you to get around certain part of the game, help you navigate in the game, help you find out what is the best way to conquer a certain enemy that you are fighting against. So it is kind of like a playbook.
I understand.
For the game.
Yes. And here, winter is the enemy.
You can understand it that way. Or 攻略 is actually very much used in everyday life here in China as well. It generates or it was originated from video game playing. But now it's kind of like the kind of tips or the kind of suggestions or the kind of strategies that you may have concerning certain issue.
Okay.
So here, the strategies we talk about are the strategies helping you to stay warm in the winter.
So if I were to ask the question related to many different things, how do you do that? Then your answer commonly might include 攻略.
It depends because 攻略 definitely is a noun. And if I say 我给你写一份攻略吧, let's say you asked me a question about how to do a certain thing. For example, how to apply for a new computer in your workplace.
Yeah.
And I can say, 我给你一份攻略. I give you a 攻略. And the 攻略 would be the way to do it, the step-by-step way to do it.
Okay.
I think that answers your question. That is definitely you can use this word in this kind of scenario.
Okay, how about this one? If I were to ask you, you say to me, oh, I'm going to go to this piano concert this weekend. And I want to ask you, oh, how do I get a ticket? Or how can I get a ticket? In that context, can I still use 攻略?
I can say 我给你攻略. I give you 攻略.
You give me.
Yes.
Oh, so in the question, I don't ask you.
You don't ask in the question because 攻略, we talked about the origin of the word, and it's considered something that's relatively multi-steps. It's considered something relatively difficult to achieve. So to start with, if we're talking about a 攻略, relatively speaking, it's always in the form of a written document.
Okay.
Unless we're being a little dramatic and having fun with the word in the sense that 保暖攻略. So I'm giving you a entire 攻略 to keep you warm in the winter day. It does not have to be a real 攻略. It's more like an expression. And in daily life, if you're talking about a 攻略, because if you ask me for a 攻略, you're assuming I have a written document of how to do that.
Okay.
I might not. But when I'm answering your questions and giving you the directions or the suggestions, I can make it in the form of a 攻略.
Okay, so a 攻略 is like a step-by-step guide.
Most occasions, yes.
Got it.
So again, you would still see the word 攻略 much more often in video games than in how to keep you warm in winter days.
Right, but yeah.
冬季保暖攻略. But still, you know.
A step-by-step guide to staying warm in winter.
Or maybe multi-steps.
Right.
Different ways to stay warm in winter. That is what we're talking about today. So, in your opinion, what are some must-have objects in winter days?
Must-have objects. You know, when I first saw the long padding coats many years ago, but not that long ago, I feel like long padding coats are relatively new to the fashion scene. When I saw people wearing them in the beginning, I thought, it's a little bit much, isn't it? It looks like you're walking around in a sleeping bag. And then I tried one. And after I tried one on, I realized...
You understand.
Well, I realized I was the dummy. They were the geniuses who were really fully protecting themselves. So I think number one on the list for a must-have item in the wintertime is a long padded jacket.
A long padded jacket can be a 棉袄 in Chinese.
棉袄.
棉袄, 袄 is a cloth. It's basically clothing. And also, mostly, I think it's a jacket. So if it's a trousers or long pants, you don't really say 袄. So 袄 is like a top. And 棉 is actually cotton. So a cotton top, a cotton jacket. That was, relatively fashionable when I was a kid. Not fashionable, common to see.
Sure.
Yes. So when I was a little kid, we would 穿棉袄, 穿棉裤. So 棉, because we know 棉 is cotton and you feel the cotton in your clothes, make it very puffy and mostly heavy and to keep you warm. That's 棉袄. 棉裤 is cotton trousers or long pants. So that's 棉袄 and 棉裤. But what you have described, I think, would be a 羽绒服.
Goose-down?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
right.
So 羽绒 is feather. And also the fluffy type of feather. I'm not really sure if you've seen the long feather on a duck and also the small but softer ones. Apparently, it's the softer and shorter.
Oh, I didn't know
ones.
there was a difference.
Yes, because I think on every bird there are the really long feather
And
that
then
they
the shorter ones.
yes on their wings so they can fly. But the shorter ones are the ones that are keep them warm.
Makes sense.
And people harvest the shorter ones and put them in their own clothes. So these shorter things are 羽绒 in Chinese. And they are much lighter. They're puffy as well, but they're lighter so that when you're wearing them, it's not like you've got an entire, bedding and
It's
cover
not 10
on
kilograms.
You. No,
yeah,
it's
right.
not.
Okay, so how do I say the long padded jacket then? Like the goose-down jacket again?
羽绒服.
羽绒服.
Yes, 羽绒服.
羽
绒
绒
服.
服.
Yes, so 羽绒服. There are the relatively shorter ones and also the one down right above your ankle.
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about. And if you have one of those in winter, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you've never worn one, please put that as number one on your list of things to buy.
Oh, if you put that on your list of things to buy, then let me give you an even more detailed suggestion. Do you know here in China, we can actually have the kind of 羽绒服 that generates heat on themselves. Because generally, your body temperature would be kept by the clothes you wear.
Correct.
No clothes would generate any heat themselves.
Correct.
But we have this kind of 羽绒服. Actually, I have the 羽绒服 that you can attach to a power bank.
You plug your coat in?
Yes, you plug your coat in, and there's this button, and you have a 3-level heat choices.
What?
And then it would be warming from the back and also the belly area it covers and it generates warm and cold winter days. It makes you very, very happy.
So you it's like an electric blanket.
Yes.
But
it's very thin.
Yeah.
And it can generate just right amount of heat.
So you plug it in?
You plug it in.
So it charges.
It charges.
And then how long does the charge last?
No, you just carry a power bank in your pocket.
Oh, so you charge that. Oh, this is excellent information.
Yes. I think I've got one the year before last year, and it's a game changer, I'm telling you.
Oh, this is exciting.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So a lot of things can generate heat. This one is a plugged-in one. And do you know 鞋垫儿?
鞋垫儿.
So 鞋垫儿 is kind of like a shoe pad or insole.
Yeah, yeah.
So 鞋 is your shoe, and 垫 basically is a pad. There are the kind of shoe pad, again, that can generate heat.
No.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
But you do not have to plug them in. I think they are using the kind of shredded iron. And when the iron, because they're so tiny particles and they're shredded, so when they encounter oxygen in the air, they started to generate heat.
So those are just insoles. You don't need to buy the whole shoe. You just buy the insole the same size as your other shoes and then put it in there.
Yes, but the only problem is it's most occasions a one-time use.
Ah, okay.
But still.
Yeah. If you're out and it's going to be super cold that day, that's really,
Generating.
really good to know.
Before doing the show, I didn't realize I'm going to give information like these. And I think these information deserve to be called 攻略.
Yeah. Well, I haven't experienced a Beijing winter just yet. But
you will.
everyone around me is saying, oh, just wait, just wait. So I'm expecting it to be super cold. So I'm going to need these types of things.
Yes, and also another thing I'm pretty sure you would have many experience with is the snow boots. Do you wear snow boots a lot?
Yeah, in Canada, I don't really.
Oh, really?
Well, because they're quite cumbersome, which means kind of heavy and awkward to walk in and wear. But that being said, in the dead of winter when it's freezing cold outside and you're going to be outside for a long time, then yeah, those types of boots are a must-have. And in Canada, many people wear those.
Yes, and they are called 雪地靴.
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 Okay, so 雪地雪 is snow. 地 is floor or ground or soil. So basically 雪地 is like when it snows, and it's not only snow, like light snow, it's heavy snow, so that the ground is covered with snow. So the ground turned into a snow ground, 雪地.
雪地.
Yes, we know 地 is floor, so snow ground would be a 雪地. And 靴子 is boot, 靴子. So we know 鞋 is shoe, and 靴子 boot.
Oh, shoe sounds similar in English and Chinese.
Yeah. 鞋,
鞋,
shoe.
shoe.
And 靴子,
靴子,
boot.
boots.
Yes.
雪地靴.
Perfect.
Ugh.
Here we go.
Thank you.
雪地靴, something important. And again, I think no, not really. Because when I think of it, I thought we would only wear them during heavy winter days with heavy snows.
Oh, no,
but
not really. No. Just anytime it's really cold
Anytime,
outside.
yes.
There's no worse feeling in the wintertime than your hands and your feet being really, really cold. So you have to make sure that those are nice and warm. So winter boots, a must-have in the wintertime.
Yes. And another thing that are generating more and more popularity, I think, is 保暖内衣. 保暖.
保暖.
Remember, 冬季保暖攻略, that's keep yourself warm in winter days. So 保暖 is to keep warm, stay warm. So 保暖.
保暖.
内衣.
内衣.
Underwear.
Warm underwear.
Yes. And also, 内衣, in order to understand this word, you have to really read the context because it can be lingerie, underwear.
Okay.
内衣. And it can be for ladies, your bras can be called a 内衣.
Okay.
And in this sense, normally we're talking about the long underwears.
Do you know what we call the pant version of the long underwear in English?
What?
Long johns.
Oh, long johns. Yes.
Yeah.
Long johns are very, very popular here in China. We call them 秋裤. At least in the northern part of the country, we call it 秋裤.
秋裤.
This is a funny one because 秋 means autumn.
Okay.
It's the autumn pants.
Autumn pants.
So it's the pants that you start wearing during autumn
Okay.
days.
And take them off in springtime.
Yeah.
They stay on all year.
Yeah. 秋裤.
秋裤.
Yes. So I think some people in the southern part would call them 棉毛裤 or something. But let's remember 秋裤 for now.
秋裤.
Yes, one word at a time. So 秋裤 and 内衣. If we're talking about 内衣, then you would think about what are we talking about? So like what kind of underwear we're talking about? But if it's 保暖内衣, it's definitely the long sleeve, long johns kind of pants
Right.
or clothes.
But 内衣 just is the general term for all men's and women's underwear.
Yes, because 内 means inside. 衣 we know is 衣服, clothing. So the clothes you wear inside of your jacket.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
So 保暖内衣. The reason I believe these are getting more and more popular is that people started to prefer the kind of really tight and also close to your skin kind of underwear that can keep you warm so that they do not have to wear too many layers in winter days.
Yes, and also it's under your clothing, so you don't really need to care if it's fashionable or not. That's not the point at all. Again, it's really popular in Canada too. Everybody wears this.
Yes. So yeah, these are some common clothing that we usually wear during winter days. Hopefully they are your winter must-haves as well. Now let's do a short recap of the Chinese expressions of these clothing, of these words. Which one do you still remember?
Oh, mian is cotton.
Cotton, yes. So 棉衣 or 棉袄. 棉袄, yes, perfect.
保暖 means warm.
Stay warm, yes. 内衣.
内衣 means undergarments.
Yes.
Translated literally would be under your clothes or inside clothes.
Inside clothes. What about 羽绒服?
Oh, 羽绒服, the long padded coat.
Yes, and especially the one with feather in it instead of with cotton in it.
Yes, the goose-down.
The goose-down. So 羽绒服. And also 雪地靴. Do you remember 雪地靴?
雪地靴
Yeah.
is snow covering the ground.
Yes, that's 雪地.
雪地.
And 靴 is the boots.
雪 is the boots, and
Yes.
雪地 is snow.
Snow covering the ground.
Snow
yes.
covering the ground.
So 雪地靴 together would be snow boots.
Snow boots.
Yes.
Got it.
So these are, and also 攻略.
攻略 is like a step-by-step instruction or tips or suggestions for something.
Perfect. And these are the words that we've already covered that maybe, I'm pretty sure, you will need in winter days. You're listening to Takeaway Chinese with myself, Niu Honglin and Steve. We would love to hear from you. Send us your thoughts via email to learnchinese@cri.com.cn. Coming up next, let's talk about some more things that are getting a little bit creative when it comes to keep you warm in cold winter days. Don't go away, so you will take some Chinese away. Welcome back to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin, joined by Steve. We've already talked about some must-haves in terms of clothing and shoes and boots in wintertime. But actually, there are other objects that are very, very important in winter days. One thing for me, for sure, is 暖气.
暖气.
Yes, you already know 暖 means warm. 气 is air.
Warm air. So maybe I think in English we call that a space heater.
Actually, yeah.
The machine.
The machine. And in China, in the northern part of the country, we have central heating system. Meaning that the entire building shares this one heating system mainly.
Yeah.
So that you do not really have to worry about staying warm in winter days as long as you're indoor. Because most places, I think like 99% of the places are with a central heating system, 暖气.
So it's the same system for your air conditioning, right?
Not really.
Oh, really?
Because you install your air conditioning system by household. You make that decision of whether or not you want it. In China, most places, most buildings, I'm talking about the northern part of the country, would have, it's a default setting for the entire floor.
Okay,
it comes with the apartment.
Oh, so it's just, you don't control it.
You don't control it. I mean, you would definitely have a on and off switch in your home, but you are going to be able to enjoy it as long as you turn on the one at your home. You do not really have to, like an air conditioner, you buy the air conditioner and you do not affect other places, but the heating is provided for the entire floor.
Got it. 暖气.
暖气, something very important for me because I like to wear like my all season pajama at home. Yeah, because in winter days, indoor, it's just really warm and
Yeah,
nice.
I understand. Yeah, you can suffer and go outside, but when you come home, you don't want to have to suffer and be home at the same time. So nuǎn qi is just warm air. That's not the name of the machine.
That is the name of the system in China.
Oh, it's the name of the system.
Yes, we call it 暖气.
Is there a different name for the small machines? Again, we call them space heaters. You plug them into the wall and they provide heat directly from their source.
Actually, there are different names for them. So to start with, if you're talking about 暖气 in a sentence without specifying it, people would automatically understand it as the central heating system. And if you call, for example, 电暖气, electric
Electric heating system.
Yes, that would be, if you talk about 电暖气 to start with, most people would assume that you buy the 电暖气yourself and you plug it in. So it's the small thing we're talking about.
Yeah.
And there's also 小太阳.
小太阳.
小 means small. 太阳 is the sun.
Small sun.
The small sun is talking about the one that when they heat up, they turn red.
Yes, yes.
And it looks like a fan.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it's a small sun keeping you warm.
What was the word for electric again?
电.
Dian. Dian nuǎn qi.
Yes.
Yeah, I see. I bought one of those for this season.
But you don't have to.
Well,
Because you don't know about the central heating system, maybe?
no, I knew about it. It's just that I thought that might make the air. So what I'm trying to do is balance the humidity in the house with the heat in the house. So I'm trying to find this perfect level of warm yet moist, but not really moist. You know how winter air is just so incredibly dry, and it's bad for your skin if you have sensitive skin,
And throat.
and your throat and your nose,
yes.
and everything. So I bought one of these Jian nuǎn qi, and I thought I might need maybe 2 or 3 of them for the apartment. Nope, just one. Just one. And I turned it on to its highest level on the first day and turned it off very shortly after. The room was like a sauna. But anyway, it's a great product. So yeah, so I have that plus the humidifiers going in the house, and I'm still trying to balance the levels.
You know, in Chinese, we have this saying, 水多了加面，面多了加水. It's a bit complicated for your level currently, but I'm telling you this for a reason. That is, this is the kind of method that some people would go for when they're making a dough, when they're cooking a dough for bread or for dumpling, and they do not know the ratio. They're not really expert.
Right.
That's why when there are too much water, they add more flour.
Yes.
And when it's too much flour, they add more
more
water.
water.
And I
Yes.
feel like the logic aligns with your method.
Add more heat, add more humidity. Yeah, it's true. It's a great growing environment for jungle plants, I think. My plants are loving it right now.
Oh, at least the plants are happy.
Yes.
But definitely 电暖气 would be something especially people in the southern part of the country would need because they do not really enjoy a central heating system. 他们没有暖气.
Right.
And in the meantime, when you're walking outside, if you're the kind of person who do not want to wear too much, do not want to look puffy like a panda, one thing in China is 暖宝宝.
nuǎn bao bao.
This is a funny one because 暖 means warm. We know that. 宝宝 is baby.
Warm baby.
I know it sounds weird,
So
but
in China, just if you're cold, just go and find a small human and just carry them inside your coat with you.
it sounds both cute
And illegal.
and illegal
Yes.
and horrible, like in a horror movie, horrible.
So this is why literal translations
Does
can
not
be
work.
very confusing sometimes. What is a nuǎn bao bao?
Okay, so 暖宝宝 are actually heat packs. These are compact single-use heating pads that can be attached to your clothing or placed in your pockets, and they share similar principles where they share similar function with the shoe pad we talked about. That is when you opened the package, they start to
get hot.
Sometimes
you have to shake them.
A little bit, yes.
Right? Yeah, you can put those anywhere. In your pockets of your jeans. I've done that in the past, which keeps your legs nice and warm, or at least the top part of your legs nice and warm. Yeah, hot packs, those are great in the wintertime.
I really don't know why they're called 暖宝宝 in Chinese.
Yeah, I was going to ask. Is it
I don't know.
I mean, because the packs themselves are not the same size as a baby.
No.
They're much smaller.
I think, again, baby, definitely baby, but they also carries the meaning of treasure.
Okay.
Little precious objects kind of meaning. So I think it's because the very first bunch of these products that got popular here in China named themselves 暖宝宝. And starting from there, the brand became the name of the product.
It's like Band-Aid.
Yes.
Right? That's not the name of the product itself. It's the company name. I see. Okay, question. So bao bao means baby. Now, in English, you can use the word baby to refer to an actual human baby, but you can also use it romantically, like, hey, baby. So can I say, to my wife, hey, bao bao?
You can.
Oh,
it's
nice.
Perfect.
Oh, excellent. Bao bao.
Now you're learning things.
Oh, yeah, this is very useful.
Yes, you can say 宝宝. 宝宝, yeah, it's baby.
Can you give me an example of, like, the tone of voice you would use this?
宝宝你在吗? Baby, are you there?
宝宝在吗?
宝宝你, that's you. 在吗? Are you there?
宝宝你在吗?
Yes.
Got it.
Just 宝宝, that works. But still, let's focus on the theme of today. That's 暖宝宝, the kind of
right.
pack, or the, warm heat packs.
Okay.
So that's 暖宝宝.
What about an electric blanket? Is that on your list today, I wonder?
Oh, yes. Actually, we talked about 电 being electric, and 热 is actually hot or heated, and 毯子, that's a blanket.
毯. Okay, so
just put
电
them together.
So 电 is electric.
热
热
heat or hot. 毯 blanket.
毯 blanket. Okay, so electric hot blanket.
Yes, precisely. 电热毯.
Those
These are important.
Yeah. Do you use one in the wintertime?
I don't, because my central heating system is quite good.
Oh, yeah? Even though you have the central heating system, or even though the air is warm in the room, some people still like to use these so they get that heat from directly beneath them.
Yeah, but I'm like you. I find it too dry already. And then again, do you know when you're sleeping or when you try to go to sleep, actually a little bit cooler or colder would make you fall asleep faster.
Yeah, my roommate, when I was in university, and this is in Canada, he used to sleep with an electric blanket underneath him and open the windows in his bedroom. So it's like, minus 10 outside maybe. And so the air in his room is,
freezing?
When you breathe, you can just, it's like crystallized immediately. And then there he is under his warm blankets. That's how he preferred to sleep.
I don't think it's good for the environment.
I don't think it's good for your body either. Okay, so sorry, can you tell me heat again or hot?
热.
热. 电热毯.
电热毯, perfect. And do you remember the heat packs?
Bao bao.
Yes.
I'll never forget that.
No, that's your wife.
Can I just say bao bao?
No, you cannot say bao bao. You have to say 暖宝宝.
nuǎn bao bao.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, don't go into a store and look at the person and say bao bao.
No,
that
please
might get
don't.
you in trouble.
Do you know what? Nowadays, because we feel like language is inflating a little bit already. So on the internet, when you're shopping and the shop owner on the internet, when they interact you online, sometimes they would also call you 宝宝.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, because they're just trying to be cute and playful?
Yes.
Oh, that seems a little
Too much.
dangerous. Somehow dangerous in the sense that it would be easily misunderstood.
Not really. Not anymore.
Everybody knows.
Because everybody does that.
I see.
Sometimes it's 宝子, not 宝宝. I think 宝宝 is too cute and cuddly and romantic. 宝子 is a bit better. I don't know why I'm sharing this, but 宝宝们,
well, that's good to know.
Did you understand?
Yeah, well, that's great to know in case
Yes.
any shopkeeper calls me baby someday. I'll understand why.
Well, yes, now you do. And maybe they are just trying to selling you some 暖宝宝. You never know.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yes.
How about this one? Actually, I see it a lot in the office. and I'm assuming it's going to be even more popular in the wintertime. People walk around with these giant thermoses to carry the hot water for their tea.
And that is 保温杯.
Oh, again with the bow.
Yes, 保温. So 保暖, 保温. We talked about 温暖 being warm because both 温 and 暖 carry the meaning of warm. So you can say 保暖 or 保温.
Okay.
Both work.
保温杯.
保温杯, that's the
保温
thermos.
杯.
Yes.
保温杯 is the thermos. Yeah, I really need to get on to this because I feel like I'm the only one in this building that does not have a conveniently... And these are huge, by the way.
There are huge ones. There are pocket-sized ones. There are a lot of different types of 保温杯 out there.
But culturally, office culture, everybody seems to have one. So this is a common thing, I guess. Is it the northern part or just all over China? Or, you know, in the West, I guess you see people walking around with coffee cups all the time, right? But here at the office, you see people with their thermoses. They're always walking with their thermoses. So it's kind of a common thing?
Relatively speaking, I think it still depends on the exact company you're in, but I'm pretty sure it's much more common in China.
Or the temperature of the building you're in.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Okay.
So, 暖宝宝, 电热毯, 保温杯. Hopefully these objects would keep you warm in this winter day.
Perfect.
That brings us to the end of today's Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Steve here in the studio. For more episodes of the show, you can visit our website at radio.cjtn.com and go to the column podcast. You can also listen to the show and read the script there. Find us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Just search for Takeaway Chinese. Don't forget to leave your questions, comments, and a 5-star rating. 感谢收听，我们下次再见。
谢谢. See you next time.